Good afternoon, students. Welcome to today's class. Dear students, yesterday we are discussing a lesson of 9th standard English, that is justice above self. The author of this lesson is Munshi Premchand. In this lesson, the author is going to tell us about the human value, that is one of the greatest human value, that is justice. So justice, it's above all. Nothing can equal to the justice. We should not make partiality when we are giving justice, when we are in the place of judge. So here the author telling these things with the story that there were two friends, that is Juman Sheikh and Alagu Chaudhary. They were very good friends, and the bond of friendship was very strong, that if anybody went out from the village, the another one take care of that family. So in between these, Juman Sheikh, he had an old aunt who had some property, and she transferred that property in the name of Juman Sheikh according to the agreement they have made, that Juman Sheikh should take care of that aunt till her end. This was good for a few years, but afterwards Juman Sheikh and his family neglected him. They didn't give even the food she needed for the survival. So after some months, she tolerated all these things, but afterwards she lost her patience and she asked Juman Sheikh for monthly allowance that she can make another kitchen. But Juman Sheikh didn't agree for that, and he told that his wife knows how to run this house. So that's after this, the old aunt, she decided to take this case to the village panchayat, and she went on to meet the people of that village and explaining the case. Some sympathized on her, some laughed, some advised her to make it up with the nephew and his wife. At last, she came to Alagu Chaudhary's house and he explained all these things, and she invited him to come to the panchayat and tell the truth. But Alagu Chaudhary, he was the best friend of Juman Sheikh, and he can't go against Juman Sheikh. But this old lady told him that to come and tell the truth in the panchayat. So these are the things we have discussed in the last class. ಕಳೆದ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾಠ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅಬೌವ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಮುನ್ಷಿ ಪ್ರೇಮಚಂದ್ ಅವರು ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಈ ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನ್ಯಾಯ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಪಕ್ಷಪಾತ ರಹಿತವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ನ್ಯಾಯದಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭಾವನೆ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದನ್ನು ಅವರು ಈ ಹಲಗು ಚೌಧರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ಪಾತ್ರಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ಮತ್ತು ಹಲಗು ಚೌಧರಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಊರಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿ ಬಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ಅವರ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ, ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಅವಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖನ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಯಾವ ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅಂದರೆ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ಅವಳನ್ನು ಕೊನೆವರೆಗೂ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಅವಳನ್ನ ಸಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಅಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಕೆಲವು ವರ್ಷ ಅದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಕನಿಷ್ಠ ಅವಳು ಊಟನೂ ಕೂಡ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಆಂಟ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಅಲವೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡು, ನಾನು ಸಪ್ರೇಟಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ಒಪ್ಪೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ವಿಷಯ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಂಟ್ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯ ಜನರಿಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಕೇಸನ್ನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಕೆಲವರು ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅನುಕಂಪ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಕೆಲವರು ನಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಹೊಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗುವಂಥ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅವರು ಅಲಗು ಚೌಧರಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅಲಗು ಚೌಧರಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಗೆಳೆಯ, ನಾನು ಅವನ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಬರಲೇಬೇಕು, ನೀನು ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವಳು ಹೇಳಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಳೆ. ಬಟ್ ಟಿಲ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. Let's continue the lesson from page number 92, paragraph number 5. Yes, students, I will read the lesson and you have to follow my reading and pronunciation. Okay. Page number 92, ready? Paragraph number 5. The panchayat was held under the old banyan tree. Juman stood up and said, "The voice of the panch is the voice of God. Let my aunt nominate the head punch. I will abide by her decision. I nominate Alagu Chaudhary as the punch. The punch knows neither enemy nor friend," stated the old lady. "Fine," replied Juman, hiding his joy over this unexpected piece of luck. "Chachi, you are aware of my friendship with Juman?" said Alagu. "Yes, but I also know that you will not kill your conscience for the sake of friendship. God lives in the heart of the punch, and his voice is the voice of God." And the old lady explained her case. "What have you to say in your defense?" asked Alagu to Juman. Juman narrated how his aunt transferred her property and how he promised her to look after her as long as she lived. "But of late there have been quarrel between my wife and aunt. Now my aunt is claiming a monthly allowance from me which I can't pay. That's all I have to say." He concluded his submission. After consulting others, Alagu announced, "We are of the opinion that Juman must pay his aunt a monthly allowance or else the property goes back to her." Now the friends were seldom seen together. The bond of friendship was broken. In fact, Juman saw Alagu as an enemy and wanted to take revenge. Let's stop there. I will explain it from 5th paragraph. The panchayat was held under the old banyan tree. So, in every village, there will be a old big tree will be there. Under that tree only, panchayats will be held. You might have seen in the old movies how the panchayat works there. So, like that, here is an panchayat was held under a old banyan tree. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಹಳೆಯ ಆಲದ ಮರದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಂಚಾಯತಿ ಆ ಊರಿನ ಜನರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿದರು. Juman stood up and said. So Juman, the panchayat is called by the old aunt to get justice from Juman Sheikh. So now the opposite party of Juman stood up and said, "The voice of the punch is the voice of God. Let my aunt nominate the head punch." So here Juman is telling how they believe that about the punch. The voice of the punch is the voice of God. So those who are seated on that Panch, the place in Panch, they were believed as God. They will not say false. They should always say truth. So that's why Juman is telling that the voice of the Panch is the voice of God. They are the God for other people who are gathered there. So like that feeling was there. That because they believe that they will not make any partiality between the people. They only see the justice. In which side justice is, they will give the justice to them. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಜುಂಬನ್ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, the voice of the punch is the voice of the God ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇವರ ಒಂದು ಪಂಚರ ಒಂದು ಧ್ವನಿ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇವರ ಧ್ವನಿ ಇದ್ದಂತೆ. ಪಂಚರ ಮಾತುಗಳು ದೇವರ ಮಾತುಗಳು ಇದ್ದಂತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಸುಳ್ಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಂಬಿರ್ತಾರೆ. Voice God, let my aunt nominate the head punch. So there will be a process of selecting the head punch. 5 people will be there. In that, head punch will be nominated by the those who came for justice. So here the aunt came for justice from Juman Sheikh. So the opposition party told Juman Sheikh told her aunt to select head punch. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಪಂಚನನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆ ಜುಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ಆಂಟನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಆಂಟು ಹೆಡ್ ಪಂಚನನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ nominate, the word nominate means propose or suggest someone's name. So here Alagu Chaudhary asked her aunt to suggest or to propose a name for a head punch. I will obey by her decision. Here again one more word, obeyed by, O-B-I-D-E. O-B-I-D-E. Obeyed by means accept. So the aunt, if whoever it may be, if she nominate anybody, she can nominate anybody, I will accept her decision. So that is the opinion of Juman Sheikh. I will obey by our decision. So he will not reject or he will not oppose our decision. She may name anybody in this village. ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ನನ್ನ ಆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಹೆಡ್ ಪಂಚನಾಗಿ ನಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. I nominate Alagu Chaudhary as the punch. So here the aunt, Juman's aunt nominated Alagu Chaudhary as the head punch. Head punch, the duty of the head punch is to announce the decision. He should discuss with other punchers and he has to announce his own decision. So it is his duty or role. So here the aunt nominated Alagu Chaudhary as the head punch here. She knows that he is the best friend of Juman Sheikh, but even though she believed him that he will not make any difference, he will not make any partiality in giving justice. So that she nominated Algu Chaudhary as the head coach. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖನ ಒಂದು ಆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಯಾವಾಗ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ನೀನು ಯಾರನ್ನು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ನಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಇವಳೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಗೆಳೆಯನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಅಲಗು ಚೌಧರಿಯನ್ನೇ ಹೆಡ್ ಪಂಚ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. The punch knows neither enemy nor friend, stated the old lady. Yes, a punch should be like this only. A punch should be, a judge should be like this only. He should not knows and neither enemy nor friend. So all are equal for a judge. You should treat all the people equally. You should not make any partiality. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು, ನ್ಯಾಯಾಧೀಶರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಸಮನಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಬೇಕು. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರೂ ಕೂಡ ಶತ್ರುಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲ. Fine, replied Juman, hiding his joy over this unexpected piece of luck. So, unexpected piece of luck. It means to say that when aunt nominated Algu Chaudhary as the head punch, Juman Sheikh felt very happy. And he didn't show that happiness, hiding his joy. He accepted or he agreed for the nomination made by that old lady. So when aunt nominated Algu Chaudhary as the head punch, Juman Sheikh was very happy because he thought that Algu Chaudhary is his best friend and he will not go against him. Like that he thought. So that's why he felt very happy. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲಗು ಚೌಧರಿಯನ್ನ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆ ಆಂಟ್ ನಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಆಗ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖರ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ತನಗಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಹೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಡಗಿಸುವುದು. ಚಾಚಿ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಅವೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ವಿತ್ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ಅಲಗು. So now Algu asked that aunt, Chachi is in the word Chachi, you knows that we are both good friends. Even though knowing all these things, how can you nominate me? So like that he is asking, Chachi, ನನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖರ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಆದರೂ ಯಾಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೋ that you will not kill your conscience for the sake of friendship. Here, observe the word conscience is there. Conscience, C-O-N-S-C-I, C-O-N-S-C-I-E-N-C. Conscience means something that tells you something that tells you whether you are right or wrong. Whether you are right, whether you are right or wrong. Whether you are right or wrong. ನೀನು ಸರಿನೋ ತಪ್ಪು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಏನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಕಾನ್ಸಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ kill your conscience for the sake of friendship. Here we can understand conscience means Atma Sakshi. For the sake of friendship, you will not kill your conscience. This was the statement of that aunt given about Alagu Chaudhary. I knows that you are the good friend of Alagu Juman Sheikh, but I also knows that you will not kill your conscience for the sake of your friendship. ನೀನು ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖನ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಗೆಳೆಯ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಆದರೆ ಗೆಳೆತನಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನೀನು ಆತ್ಮಸಾಕ್ಷಿಯನ್ನು ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. God lives in the art of the punch and his voice is the voice of God. And the old lady explained her case. So, again she said, God lives in the art of the punch. So those who are in the seat of giving judgment or giving justice, the God will live in this art. So he will become a God. So God will not make any partiality between the creatures of his creatures. So like that only the judge who the punch is, he will not make any difference between them. And his voice is the voice of God. And she also telling that punch, the voice of the punch is the voice of the God. Right? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಧೀಶನ ಒಂದು ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ದೇವರು ನೆಲೆಸಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವನು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಸುಳ್ಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ಪಂಚರತ್ತು ಮಾತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ದೇವರ ಮಾತಿನಂತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ಡ್ ಹರ್ ಕೇಸ್ and she explained her old case and how she transferred her property to Juman Shok, and afterwards what has happened. Like that all the matters has been explained to the panchayat by that old lady. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಅವಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಆಂಟಿ ಏನೇನು ನಡೀತು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಟು ಸೇ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ asked Alagu to Juman. So now who was seated on the head punch, as a head punch, Alagu Chaudhary asked Juman, would you want to like to say something about this, like this? What have you to say in your defense? Here observe the word defense is there. Defense. I will write this. Defense means defense, D-E-F-E-N-C, D-E-F-E-N-C. Defense means something said in support. Something set in support. Set in support. Something set in support. Alright, here Alagu asked Juman. So if you want to say something, you can say for in your defense. Like ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ನೀನು ಏನು ವಾದ ಮಂಡಿಸಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Juman narrated how his aunt transferred her property and how he promised her to look after her as long as she lived. So now Juman also he explained it to the panchayat that how the aunt transferred the property to his name, and what was the agreement was made in that time, that he has to take care of that old aunt as long as she lived. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಳು ಹೇಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಆಸ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ತನ್ನ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತು ಅವಳು ಬದುಕಿರುವವರೆಗೂ ತಾನು ಅವಳನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೇಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ಕ್ವಾರಲ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಮೈ ವೈಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಂಟ್. ನೌ ಮೈ ಆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಅಲೋಯನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೀ ವಿಚ್ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಪೇ. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ Juman Sheikh is telling that there will be a quarrel between his wife and the aunt. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಪತ್ನಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಂಟಿನ ನಡುವೆ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಜಗಳ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೌ ಮೈ ಆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಲೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಅಲೋಯನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೀ ವಿಚ್ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಪೇ. ಎಸ್, ಹಿಸ್ ಆಂಟ್ ನೌ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ಲೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಅಲೋಯನ್ಸ್. because she didn't even the food she needs to survive. So that's why she has decided to make a separate kitchen. That's why she is asking monthly allowance. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಅವಳು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾದಂಥ ಊಟ ಸಿಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಅಡುಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ತಿಂಗಳು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅವನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವ್ನು ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೇ. ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದು ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟು ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. He concluded his submission. He finished his argument. After consulting others, Alagu announced, "We are of the opinion that Jumman must pay his aunt a monthly allowance or else the property goes back to her." So now we can observe that those who sat on that judge, on the place of judge, he should not consider that he is my friend, he is my enemy, like that feeling should not be there. So here Alagu Chaudhary, he was the best friend of Juman Sheikh, but even though he didn't kill his conscience for the sake of his friendship, he gave the announcement. He considered, we discussed with the other punch, and he announced his judgment. That what was the judgment? That that Juman Sheikh should give monthly allowance to our aunt, otherwise the property will goes back to the aunt. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹಲಗು ಚೌಧರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ತುಂಬ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಗೆಳೆಯರು. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯದಾನದ ವಿಚಾರ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹಲಗು ಚೌಧರಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಇತರ ಪಂಚರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸಮಾಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನಂತ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟ, ನ್ಯಾಯ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಹೌದು ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ಆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟನ್ನು ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಅಲೌನ್ಸನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಳ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಅವಳ ವಾಪಸ್ಸು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಲಗು ಚೌಧರಿ ಡಿಸಿಷನನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. It's all shows that at last justice only won. Justice only won. Now the friends were seldom seen together. Now after this incident, they are not seen together. ಈ ಘಟನೆಯ ನಂತರ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಜೊತೆಯಾಗಿದ್ದದನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ನೋಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. The bond of friendship was broken. So there was a strong bond of friendship between them, but it was broken after this incident. ಈ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆಯ ನಂತರ ಅವರ ನಡುವೆ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಮುರಿದು ಬಿತ್ತು. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ saw Alagu as an enemy and wanted to take revenge. ಇಲ್ಲಿ after this incident, Juman Sheikh and Alagu Chaudhary have become enemies. Even Juman Sheikh is seeing or saw Alagu Chaudhary as his enemy, and he was waiting for an opportunity to take revenge against Alagu Chaudhary. ಇಲ್ಲಿ Alagu Chaudhary ಮತ್ತು ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾರೆ, ತುಂಬ ಒಂದು ಎನಿಮಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜುಮ್ಮನ್ ಶೇಖ್ Alagu Chaudhary ಮೇಲೆ ಸೇಡು ತೀರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. So let's stop here students. In the next class I will continue this lesson. Now I will give you the homework for today's class. Okay, take on the homework. Homework. What was Jumman's? What was Jumman's opinion about the punch? About the punch. So the second question for homework: what decision Did Algu give after listening to Juman and his aunt? Juman and his aunt. So these are the two questions I am giving you for the homework. To read this lesson well and write the answer and send the answers in the WhatsApp group. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I hope all of you have understand the lesson well. In the next class, I will continue with the lesson. Let's meet in the next class. Thank you.